And now I would like to introduce California State Senator Marty Block. He has been an advocate for educational reform, a champion of education, and we are proud and honored to welcome him in the Linked Learning Convention.
Thank you, Simon. Thank you, Simon. It's great to be here. It truly is for a lot of reasons. One, it's my home. We are now in the 39th Senate District, and I want to welcome you all here. I know you've been here a day or two already, but can you beat San Diego? Can you beat this location? You know, it is so great also to be with educators. It's really like family. Many of you know I worked for 26 years at San Diego State University. I was, for part of that time, assistant dean of the College of Education and got to work with a number of brilliant educators, including Nancy Farnan. I'm not sure if Nancy is here today, but she really was the one who first introduced me to linked learning and has been really responsible for some legislation we've done to support linked learning. In talking with Christopher Cabalden here, Christopher has been a leader in education in Sacramento for at least the last decade that I've known him. So you all are very well placed to make huge changes in education, in student success, in completion of high school, in ongoing rates to college, in the careers that students end up pursuing. Kearney High School, where Simon was a student, is actually a school I'm very familiar with. I visited Kearney several times. Prior to coming to the legislature, I've been in the Assembly for 8 years, and this is my fourth year in the Senate. I'm sorry, the Assembly for 4 years, fourth year in the Senate. Prior to that service, I served as president of the Community College Board here in San Diego for 8 years. And the Community College Board, one of our schools was Mesa College, where Simon is now duly enrolled. And the dual enrollment program, I think, will be a huge boost to students, getting students who might not otherwise attend college to not just attend, but succeed in their college studies. Linked learning is so important because and I don't have to preach to this choir, you all know why linked learning is important, but the collaboration between business and education, bringing in the state as well with some important state funding, is really the way we need to go in education. There aren't enough dollars in California, and you'll hear from Shirley Weber soon as the budget chair in the state assembly, that there aren't enough dollars to really promote all the programs that students need to be successful unless we have state dollars combined with private sector dollars and new programs, new innovative programs all coming together. And that's what linked learning does, while keeping a very intense, rigorous academic program for students and combining it with future career goals. That's why we in the legislature find linked learning to be so important. That's why in the last couple of years, the legislature has approved nearly $2 billion of funding in SB 1070, the California Career Pathways Trust, and in the CTA Incentive Grant, $2 billion to support linked learning, to help these partnerships develop and thrive between schools and between the private sector. I know this convention's really focused on quality, and again, in talking with Christopher, the idea that as linked learning now is growing exponentially, we need to be very careful to make sure that the growth is mirrored by quality. We can't sometimes when something grows, it dilutes the quality. And it's really important that you all are working together to see that there are certain standards that need to be met to determine what are quality programs and what programs need additional work. We want to make sure that there's professional development available for teachers, that there is guidance available for schools when they take on Pathways programs, so that we not only participate in linked learning for the benefit of our students, but we do it very well. There was legislation that I had a few years ago that was signed by the governor that added a recognition of linked learning studies, linked learning expertise to teaching credentials. Now, it doesn't keep any teachers out of being linked learning teachers, being teachers in Pathways programs, but it does recognize those who have had specialized training in linked learning, and it does recognize that there are particular strategies and techniques that make a very successful Pathways or linked learning program even more successful. So this was a bill that was sponsored not by educators. It was sponsored by the San Diego Chamber of Commerce, the Los Angeles Chamber of Commerce, in partnership with San Diego State University. And that's important, that partnership. Let's hear it for all those business partners. Now, in addition to having linked learning motivate students to continue their studies, to focus their studies on their future careers, it's important that we have educational opportunity for our students once they leave the high schools, or like Simon, once they're starting their dual enrollment programs, where do they go next? And that's one program I want to mention just briefly, Senate Bill 850. It's a bill that I carried 2 years ago. The governor signed last year. It allows community colleges, for the first time ever in California, to offer 4-year degrees to students. Like linked learning, which will exponentially expand the number of students who are prepared for college and the workplace, SB 850 will exponentially, in the long term, expand the number of programs available to these students, the number of opportunities, programs where there are jobs waiting for every student who graduates. And I'd like to say to Simon, Mesa College, where he now attends as a student, I know there are several other Kearney High students who attend Mesa in a dual enrollment program. Mesa is the first to start one of these 4-year bachelor's degrees, and it's a degree in health information management. And we've been told that students who graduate from this program will have jobs waiting for them, because these are high-need programs, and jobs waiting for them to pay $80,000 to $150,000 a year to start. So motivate your students with the opportunities that are out there for them. And you guys are the champions, because with what you're doing, our students will be prepared, our workforce will benefit, California will thrive. Thank you for everything you do.